What's going on, everybody? Canuck here, and we are back with another episode highlighting what is new in the PGA Tour 2K25 Designer. And today, we are talking all about filters. These are extremely useful for a variety of different scenarios and will really help you save time and a lot of frustration and headaches when you're building your course. So I just want to quickly show you a few of my absolute favorite applications for this really powerful new tool. So right off the bat, the filter menu can be accessed in the cursor, which is the far left. If I hit Y to manage filters, they are going to show up here. And this allows me to either lock in place or hide literally anything in the designer. And the things that really stick out that I just can't stand looking at all the time are these waypoints, especially when I'm near the end of my build. I know where all my holes are. Okay, I don't need to see that. So I'm going to go down to course layout, and I'm just going to go to hole waypoints, and I am going to toggle it twice until I see that little ghost. That means it's hidden. As you can see, it is now completely clean. And you can hide things like measurements. If you have a whole bunch of measurement tools and you want to hide them but not delete them, you can just hide them from here. You can also hide things, for example, like these camera tools, which can get in the way if you have a whole bunch of them. So if you choose to just hide them, they'll still have that little line that shows up, but everything else gets hidden. So a really useful feature that kind of really cleans things up and really helps you design without a whole lot of things in the way. All right, another place where these filters are very helpful are in the asset menus. So things like trees, buildings, plants, whatever. Trees especially, where you've got 64 pages, and let's say, I just want to access the pine trees and see what new ones I could maybe add to my course. So if I go to search and filter, I can actually filter by things like species. So I can go up to pine, for example. And you can even filter by size if you want to, but I'm just going to filter by species. And there we go. I have all the pine trees at my disposal, and I don't have to flip through all 64 pages. So you can do this with absolutely any asset. It is super helpful, and it does save a lot of time as well. All right, another instance where these filters come in handy is when you are planting. And let's say you've planted an area that's mixed with, like here, I've got a whole bunch of grass, I've got a whole bunch of bushes, but maybe I've decided, I don't really like these bushes. Maybe I want to pull these out. Now, you used to be able to do that by, left clicking the cursor, using that multi-select area select tool. But what would actually happen here is if I were to select it, if you look on the left here, it's selecting bushes, grass, it's even selecting surface weathering, subsoil. I don't want it to select and delete all that. So I can actually filter it and lock all those things in place so it's not going to select those, and I'm only going to be able to select the bushes. So I'm going to go to manage filters again, and I want to make sure I lock certain things. Like I want all the grass to stay, for example, all the plants to stay. I don't think I have any plants in there, but just in case. And I can also change the surface edits. So I don't want any surface weathering to disappear, so I'm going to lock that in place. And I also don't want to get rid of any of that subsoil A. I might even have some grass topsoil there, I can't quite tell. It's just safe if I just lock them all. And then all that I'm going to do when I area select again is now it's only going to highlight those bushes. So really, really handy. And then from there, it makes it really easy to just delete them, and everything else stays. So awesome feature. All right, another instance where I can see this being used a lot is during remodels. So people bringing in their 2K23 courses. And for example, here is a Sandbelt course. This is Finley's course. We looked back when we were doing the bunker video. And I am pretty sure he's going to want to rip out all of these bunkers and replace them with the terrain painting. So an easy way for him to do that is now using these filters. Now I'm sure he was going to want to keep all of this planting, but he wants to get rid of the bunkers and replace them with the terrain painting. So what we're going to do here, same thing as we just did, is we're going to make sure we lock things like the trees. It looks like he's got some grass in there. He's got some plants. And we also want to make sure when we're doing our selecting, we're not getting rid of any... He probably doesn't have any surface weathering or anything if it's a 2K23 course, but just in case we accidentally select fairway or light rough or heavy rough, he might have down or even green. That'll make sure that when we do the auto select, or the area select, I should say, it's just going to be selecting these bunkers. And whoa, he's got a whole bunch of bunkers. And it looks like this other big blue thing is like cleared heavy rough that he has. So we're going to get all those selected items, delete them, and now we've got a blank canvas with still the planting left, and now he can terrain paint to his heart's content and get some beautiful looking terrain painting in there. Filters, super powerful. People are going to be using these a ton. It's I think my favorite feature. It's even though it's not the flashiest feature, but in terms of getting things done, it's an amazing tool. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.